money. Funny, I was just like you. I had to hustle hard, never give up until I made it. Now y'all saying that's a clever, nothing to play with.
You can hate me now,
I won't stop,
but I won't stop now.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy.
It's home to the Alamo and the Spurs. San Antonio,
X215
Texas, as we bring you
NBA
our conference rivalry here at the AT&T Center. Well, what better way to spend a Monday night than with the 2K Sports team and the NBA? Welcome, everyone. With Steve Kerr and Clark Hello, this is Kevin Hart. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. You know, you think about outstanding players in the NBA. How about Manu Ginobili, guys?
He's an outstanding ball handler in the pick and roll scheme. Whether he decides to shoot it or pass it, he's as good as there is at using screen and roll situations and making the right decision.
It's a fundamental part of the game that he is more than massive.
It's the end of a string of away games for the Hawks as they look forward to returning home after this one. After dropping the first 3 games of the season, they need to turn it around.
Well, right now for the Hawks, they've gotten off to a kind of start that you wouldn't have been able to imagine. It's been a lot bumpier than anticipated.
Yeah, they've got some talent. I think most people thought this team would be pretty good, and yet everything's gone wrong for them to this point in the season. They better be careful. This season could really fall apart for them.
That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter.
I'm working.
Here's Parker, kicks it to Leonard.
Speaking of that, I just received
Brand pulls it down.
Yes,
A lot of high hopes for Elton Brand to revive his dominant ways with the move to Dallas, but he's sunk further away from what he once was. And hey, this is what happens. You get older, play starts to suffer a little.
Now Leonard, following the miss by Paul Millsap from deep. Leonard kicks to Ginobili.
I like to do it. Love playing games. I just love doing the stuff I like to do, man. You know, and getting paid for the stuff.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Teague can't hit. As you said, with Brand, had career lows across the board.
But
his statistics largely due to the lack of minutes he played. But that was in part, I think,
money
of how
that I'm going to
inefficient he
pay
was at
from the
times.
cinema.
And I think Brand will still be able to contribute to the team, but I think it'll be as a role player, and I agree with Steve on that. Certainly, I don't think we'll see him do 20 and 10 as he was a 20-10 guy for a long time earlier in his career.
On the court for Atlanta, he'll send the power forward with Horford and center. Teague out there with Jay, and it's Cunningham in at the 3. Now Diaw after the missed 3 from Jenkins. Here's
Defensively and offensively, it has all been working for him today.
Green, he's checked in for Boris.
As some of you can see, I ended up going
Kawhi
out
Leonard taken 15th overall in the 2011
I'm just talking
draft.
to my
Believe it or not, he's the Spurs' highest drafted rookie since they took Tim Duncan, number 1 overall back in '97. It just shows you the legacy of the Spurs' success over the years.
Jenkins can't get it to go.
You know, he's so confident, sometimes to a fault. And that shows right there. That's a bad shot.
Exactly. I mean, that's self-inflicted damage right there. There are a lot better options than what he took.
Going back to Kawhi Leonard, he earned minutes in Coach Popovich's rotation from the first game on.
And part of the reason he did, he's got great versatility defensively primarily. But he's a quick learner, quick study. Understands that it doesn't take long to pick things up. And when you're a first-year player, that can separate you from a lot of guys and get you in the rotation, especially with a veteran team like the Spurs.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. He wanted them running a more structured offense. He said, this is playground basketball. We need guys working together to create better opportunities. He also talked about their perimeter defense. He does not want to see anyone getting easy outside opportunities. He wants their defense to blanket those outside shooters. Guys, they've got a decent hole to dig themselves out of, but still a lot of time left to do it. We'll see if those adjustments help.
All right, Doris, and your splitter following the 3 from John Jenkins.
Keeping up the pressure here. I like that. When you have a lead, don't let up.
Yeah, this game could be over soon if they keep pounding it the way they are.
Now here's Jenkins. Right now averaging 5 points a game. Horford with it. Splitters there.
Oh,
Green with
he
the
got
block.
his candy
And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession
got
here
his
for the
candy
Hawks.
tuck.
Eldon Brands checked in for Horford. Damari Carroll comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Schroeder in for Cunningham. Here's Jenkins. Shot clock at 6. A baseline J. And he connects with the jumper.
Me playing this game doesn't count because
And San Antonio
as some of y'all know, I made
the biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Now with this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
Looking back at last season, this had to be one of their favorite opponents outside their own conference at least.
I'm trying to get used to all the Hall of Fame tech hits. As you can see,
Nailed from three-point land.
but yeah,
Carroll's got himself going there. His first points of the game of the people. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Steve was, I think, referring, I'm sure, to the 2-0 record you mentioned moments ago they had against them in the season series last year.
I think you're right, Kevin. And no matter what may have changed in the months since their last meeting, one thing that shouldn't change is the game plan, the plan of attack they used in those 2 wins. I know they've studied those tapes, and now it's a matter of trying to replicate those tapes.
Here's Jenkins. Knocks it loose. And through the first half, up pretty good.
Well, Pop, a solid halftime lead
but
here.
yeah,
How were you able to keep their offensive firepower in check so well in that second quarter?
I would donate to my
Missed a couple
PayPal.
shots and missed some easy
My
shots.
PayPal would be in the description.
They helped us a great deal, so we were pretty fortunate that quarter.
Pop, thanks for the time, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. And folks, make sure to stay tuned in for halftime, and we'll be back right after that.
And now,
I'm
brought
not
to you by
pouring the
Sprint.
guns out here. Talking about
Live from
if you'll
2K
donate,
Sports, it's the Monday night edition of the Halftime
I really
Report.
don't want your money. Like,
Out in
I'm
San
just
Antonio,
considering
the
that
Spurs
if I
have the
wanna-
lead against the Hawks.
wanna help
They're off to a
brother
good
out
start
or
this
something,
season,
you know,
playing
like
with
donate
confidence.
what I want, so.
Defensively, very disruptive. They've been effective forcing turnovers. Nice
now,
steal so far.
The Sprint
Every single
Halftime
money that I
Report,
would make it
presented
on
by
that
Sprint.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. It's been one outstanding game from Jeff Teague.
Yeah, he's been a revelation here tonight. Clark scoring almost at will there in the half.
Hard to imagine he'll keep it up for the next 2 quarters, but you never know.
In the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. Then it's Splitter. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with.
Well, Mike Budenholzer, you know, the new coach of the Hawks, spent 19 years with the San Antonio Spurs, including 17 as an assistant. Well, you can ask.
What the hell?
For a better teaching ground than that.
Yeah, not just an everyday finish. He put a little pizzazz on that one, guys.
Shot from the wing. Jenkins can't get it to go.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Back to Budenholzer, who's with the Spurs for 19 years. Steve, the Spurs, the winningest team in pro sports over the last 15 years.
Yeah, I'm glad that Budenholzer has finally gotten his chance. I played for him for 4 seasons. He's a guy who loves the game. He's very dedicated, hardworking, and has learned from probably the best coach in the NBA during his time in San Antonio.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Well, if you're going to learn from someone, you might as well take some lessons from Tim Duncan. That's what Tiago Splitter has done in San Antonio, really kind of growing up under the tutelage of one of the great players of all time.
Now here is Horford, averaging 10 points per contest. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, a lot of the Spurs' success is because they are able to manage the cap so well. It comes from them getting their key players to take just a little less when they renew their contracts. Tony Parker explained, quote, I think it's just the atmosphere here.
I
The
don't
family
care about
atmosphere.
this game.
For me personally, why I did it was because deep down in my heart,
I'm
I
about to
know
delete
Pop
this
will
file.
take care of me until the end of my career. Seems that it's worth a few extra dollars to have that kind of security, guys.
Great leadership from the top on down. And Doris credit the players for really buying in. Now here's Ginobili. Following the miss by Lewis Williams. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Oh my God.
And Splitter taken 28 by the Spurs way back in 2007 draft. But they had to wait 3 seasons for him to come over from Spain. And as Greg Popovich was saying just this past season, he's finally showing what he can do because he's been healthy.
Yeah, agreed, Kevin. And I think it was a wait worth making, quite honestly. I mean, one of the premier backup centers in the NBA the last 3 seasons. And he earned himself a nice payday with a new contract, too.
Millsap grabs the miss. Millsap's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Jenkins. Misses it off the right side of the rim.
They're struggling here. They're just 1 of 5 to start this third quarter. They got to loosen up here.
Looking at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks, it was a loss to the Wizards.
They found themselves up against a hot team that night, Kevin, and they just didn't have the manpower defensively to shut them down.
You know, guys, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed us. They never strung together any stops like they needed to.
Rand, foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, Elton Brand is a former #1 overall pick back in '99, guys. And despite that, was one of the most underrated star players from his days with the LA Clippers. Now he's starting to slow down. He's on the other side of that career mountain, if you will. But he's still a quality big man.
That's bullshit.
Making a change here. Cunningham's checked in.
Yo, what's that bullshit?
That play with the finger roll.
Parker with the steal. Here's Leonard. Williams with the block.
But yeah, this game is horrible right now, so it's, I'm about to leave it as that. So right now, I'd like to thank some of y'all for tuning in. I will play the same game next game. Matter of fact, I'm about to delete this file. Matter of fact, so other than that, man, it's your boy. I'm about to sign off for the day. Feel me? But other than that, deuces. See you next time on the the Philly live show on AKA the Philly Max Show. Peace.